don't seem so far away. The only thing between us is empty space, empty space. Even when the music is loud, I'd rather be no other place than here with you now, here with you now. Here with you. See your face in the crowd, but you don't seem so far away. The only thing between us is empty space, empty space. Even when the music is loud, I'd rather be no other place. Here with you now, here with you now. I'm here with you. I see your face in the crowd, but you don't seem so far away. The only thing between us is empty space, empty space. Even when the music is loud, I'd rather be no other place. Here with you now, here with you now. Here with you now.
And welcome to Super Saturday here in week 10 of the SSBL. I am Chicken Sandwich, and with me today in the booth is Puppet.
Hello.
And we're into the action. We've got the Express versus the Vikings here today in game number 1. We've got Joy Holiday on the mound for the Vikings and Raspy Flubel on the mound for the Express. Vikings coming in at 5-7 on the year. Express in their first season in the SSBL 4-9. Big game for the Vikings after coming off the upset last time we were live against the Liberty, losing that one. Every game's kind of do or die now for the Vikings as they try and chase the postseason.
Yeah, definitely. Vikings really trying to vie for that last spot in the Heroic Conference. And it's going to be tough with that 5-7 record, especially with their loss last week, or this week.
Swing and a miss. 2 quick outs here for Joy Holiday, her first strikeout of the evening, or of the day actually, early morning. And here is Gwyn Atwood. Everyone in the chat, let me know how Puppet sounds. I haven't had anyone commentate with me for a bit, so I want to make sure everything sounds good. This one's a grounder just short. Smith is there. Throw is in time for round number 3 in a 1-2-3 inning for Holiday. And the Vikings will pick up the bats. They've got Marshall, French, and Freishek due up first.
Yeah, and it's Raspy Flubal on the mound, who hasn't had a super great season. Nearly an 8.5 ERA, 1.6 whip, so gonna have to struggle here against Joy Holiday.
That is definitely up there. I feel like with aging, Flubel can become a pretty good pitcher. He's already got pretty good stats. Probably, I would say, based on the bars, maybe in the 70s in velocity and maybe about 50-50 junk accuracy. So with a year or two, I feel like he could become a pretty solid ace. Just have to take a couple of years off the chin, I think.
Right. He is a 194. So, and as a season 8, so definitely very high for the season 8 as he was part of the expansion draft. So,
Orpetta catches the liner from French one away. Here is Liam Freishek. The season for the Vikings could be much worse if it wasn't for this man. Freishek hit the game-winning walk-off 3-run home run against the Knights. That secured him that game. Otherwise, they would be 4-8 as he gets thrown out there. So a caught stealing by McGregor from behind the plate and 2 away now. Hard hit ball by Freishek, but foul. 1-2 the count. Too tall, 2-2. Grounded to first. Easy play for Atwood. Flips it to Flubel, who covers in time for round number 3. Leadoff runner gets retired on the caught stealing, and we're going to the second inning, still 0-0. 4-5-6 do it for the Express. So as a team, how are the Express doing batting-wise, Puppet?
Well, let me take a look here. Express, EXP. Yep. So they are they're on a 0.222 repeating average, so nothing too great. But they are, an upcoming team, one of the expansion teams. So it's fairly excusable, and they are 4-9, so you can't expect too much of their batting squad.
Yeah, I believe they have the most wins of any expansion team, don't they? Because Liberty only have 2, and then the Mythic, I think, have 3. I think this Mythic and the Sparrows both have 3, as that's off the glove of Freishek, and we have our first base hit of the game. An infield single for Porpetta.
There is a non-expansion team actually that has worse batting stats than them. It is the Walkers, as well as the Angels.
Yeah, the Angels have really struggled at the plate. Have some young guys taking plate appearances in that team. Hoping to age into some progression there. 2-2 now to Hans McGregor with a runner aboard. Swing and a miss. Holiday, her 3rd strikeout, sends us to the bottom of the second inning. 4-5-6 do up for them here. Williams, Deputy, and Spencer Reed.
And Holiday is already locked in, so I think if the Express do not, start getting some contact early, it's going to be a really tough game for them to win here.
Yeah, the Express are bad enough offensively as it is, and against a locked-in Holiday, that's just a recipe for disaster. But Flubel gets his first strikeout to start off the bottom of the second, bringing up Gage Deputy, playing first base for the injured Evangeline Shortstacks. She falls behind 0-2. Rounds that one to her counterpart, Gwynn Atwood. He steps on the bag himself for out number 2. And here is Spencer Reed.
That said, the Vikings are not doing much better in terms of batting as the Express. They're only 0.233 average, so
they're only like 10 points better batting.
Right.
That's pretty rough. And in large part, Spencer Reed is probably one of the bigger holes on this team as he grounds that one to Mackin in time. A 1-2-3 inning for Raspy Flubel. And we go to the top of the third. Still scoreless here. 8-9-1. Do it for the Express. As you mentioned, a locked-in Halliday. 31 pitches starting off the top of the third. That base hit coming off the glove of Freishak, the only thing she's given up so far today, and not too much her fault. This is though full count.
Kawashi? You know what, Kawashi? Shout out to my left-handers in the infield, all right? We can only play first base.
Slow roller up the middle, and that's going to be another infield single for the Express. Mackin is aboard with a leadoff single. That's a slow grounder. Reed only can put it to first, so a runner advances 90 feet. And to the top of the order, DDC up to the plate. Our first runner in scoring position here today. Can the Express take advantage?
I think there's a lot more gravity on this at-bat with DDC here than some may realize. I mean, this is a really great opportunity to get Holiday out of the zone.
Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Holiday. A big one there. And here comes Natalie Origin. That one's fouled back. 0-2 to Origin. Swing and a miss! Holiday strikes out 2 in a row. And the Express leave the runner stranded at second. We go to the bottom of the third, still 0-0. Gutsy couple of strikeouts there by Holiday to leave the runner stranded. Here is Ron Kennings Jr.
It's tough to watch a high contact batter go down pretty quickly.
And the Express do lose the chance to get to Holiday early. But Raspy Flubel now locked in, so a pitcher's duel we are in for. Here's Jocinda Smith.
I think we've seen a very big shift in towards the pitcher's duel type games as of season 8.
And Jocinda Smith into left center, and that one is gone! Jocinda Smith with a home run into left center. 433 feet, and the Vikings strike first.
That's actually Jocinda's first home run of the year, so great game to have it in, though.
And right back to neutral goes Raspy Flubel, and that's going to be up the middle for Miyuki. So back-to-back hits for the Vikings here in the bottom of the third. Offense starting to wake up. Second time through the lineup now. Back to Vicky Marshall, who drew the walk to start off the game for the Vikings. 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss, 2-2 now. Our hit ball, a missed dive there by Stevenson at third, and that gets into the corner of left field. Runner's going to round third, head from home, and that's going to be an RBI double for Vicky Marshall.
Wow, that was a perfect hit to get the runner all the way from first to home.
Buried in the corner, a really bad dive from Stevenson at third. Didn't really have a chance with how he played it. And the Vikings now up 2-0. And Judd French off the scoreboard! And the Vikings have blown it open 4-0 here in the bottom of the third.
Judd French, 434. Wow. Really breaking it open for the Vikings here. It's going to be tough for the Express to come back from that, especially with the locked-in Holiday.
Absolutely crushing Flubel here in the bottom of the third. Still only one out, and here is Liam Freishak. And he strikes out swinging. Second strikeout for Flubel. Amir Williams now at the plate. 2-0 the count to him. Grounded to short. This should do it. Porpetta in time for out number 3. But the Vikings put up 2 home runs from French and Smith and an RBI double from Marshall. Wayne Atwood to lead things off for the Express here. 2-1 to Gwen Atwood, 0 for 1 so far today. Slow roller to second. Spencer Reed in time for out number 1. And that brings up Lindsey Pena. Takes first pitch strike. Grounds that one down the first base line. That's going to be fair. So a 1-out single for Pena. And the Express have a runner aboard. Here is Al Stevenson.
Pena, probably one of the stronger batters on the Express lineup. She's got a 0.313 on the season, so definitely want to see her in the future.
Swing and a miss there. 2-2 from Stevenson. Tough out activated for him. Fouls that one off. Swing and a miss. 6 Ks now for Holiday. 2 away now. Here's Zimmy Porpetta. One and 1 the count. Swing and a miss on the slider. Swing and a miss! Back-to-back Ks for Holiday sends us to the bottom of the 4th inning with the Vikings ahead 4-0. 5, 6, 7 to up for them here. Gage Deputy first one up. Flubel still on the mound after a 4-run third. Gets Deputy to fly out to left, 1 away. Spencer Reed now at the plate, 0 for 1 so far.
And I mean, looking at the Express, their bullpen, it's not much greater either. Highest you've got is Brett Ruiz with a 185. A couple 180s in there, but you know, nothing that's going to come in and save the game.
A strikeout there of Spencer Reed puts 2 away here with Ron Kennings now at the plate. Ron Kennings called up because of that short stack injury. And he puts this one into the gap. That's going to roll to the wall. That should be a double for Ron Kennings. And that brings up Jocinda Smith, who started the scoring with that 433-foot home run to left center. Her first home run of the season, which put a spark into this Vikings offense as they scored 3 more runs. He's got a 3-1 count here. Owen finds his own. Count is full. And that one just misses. And she will be aboard with a walk. So 2 aboard now for Kazuo Miyuki. And that will do it for Flubel. In comes Michelangelo.
Michelangelo, season 8, 183 lefty. And he's got a tough task.
And that's a 4-pitch walk, which will load the bases back to the top of the order. And it's Vicky Marshall hit the RBI double last time she was at the plate. And is ahead 2-0. Angelo, I don't think, has thrown a strike yet. Finally finds the zone there off the curveball. And Marshall fouls another one off to make it a 2-2 count. That one misses outside. Full count. Runners are going. That one's fouled off.
Do it again.
That one's up the middle. That's going to score 1. That's going to score 2. And it's 6-0 Vikings. Vicky Marshall with 2 more RBIs makes it a 3 RBI game for her and pushes 2 more across for the Vikings. They now lead 6-0.
And it doesn't end there. You got home run hitter Judd French.
And he puts one up the middle. And plates another one for the Vikings, makes it 7-0. And here's Liam Freishak now. Angelo Tintz has not recorded an out after coming in for relief. He's given up 3 more runs on the board, 2 of them charged to Flubel, and 1 his own. Once again, struggling with the zone. 3-1 count to Liam Freishak. Swing and a miss. Ball 4 makes the count even. Runners will go. That one's fouled back. Swing and a miss. Angelo gets out of the inning, but not before more damage is done. 3 more runs for the Vikings makes it 7-0 going into the top of the 5th. I believe the fat lady has very much slung in this one, but as I say that, Halliday gives up a leadoff single up the middle.
What does that mean?
The fat lady has sung? Oh, that's like a... That's just kind of like an age-old saying, like it's over, like it's inevitable, kind of a thing.
Huh.
This one's in foul territory, but head first dive into the padding. Will Freishak sacrificing life and limb. That one's into right. Marshall is there, 1 away. One on, 1 out now for Knox Vargas. Has power versus right-handers, which is active against Joy Holiday here. 2-2 the count. Swung on, fouled back. That one's high. The count is full. 3-2. Swung on to Freishak. A nice backhanded snag from him for out number 2.
Here's DDC.
DDC, the quote-unquote veteran presence, I would say, on this Express roster. He's probably the oldest player on this team, maybe even in the entire franchise. Oh, but he gets rung up on a nasty curveball and sends us to the bottom of the 5th. Amir Williams, Gage Jeopardy, and Spencer Reed do up for the Vikings here as they look to put on a few more. Not a good outing here for Angelo. Tintz coming in to start the 5th. Grounder to first. Atwood steps on the bag, 1 away.
He's just going to have to get into the box and let his defense work with him here.
2-1 the count now. Deputy 0 for 2 on the day. Had 3-1 now. And that will be a walk to Deputy. He'll be aboard. Spencer Reed now coming to the plate, 0 for 2. He's got power versus left-handers active here against Angelo. 2 hits, 2 walks, a strikeout, an earned run, and 2/3 of an inning for Angelo here in relief. 31 pitches so far. Swing and a miss! Angelo gets his 2nd K, which brings up Ron Kennings Jr.
Spencer Reed really struggling this season. He has not had a great season. 0.119 average on the season. It just keeps getting worse. Those 0 for 3 on the day.
How many strikeouts has he gotten this year?
Strikeouts, 18 out of 42 at-bats.
And speaking of strikeouts, down goes Ron Kenny Jr. to send us to the top of the 6th inning. Still 7-0 in favor of the Vikings.
Holiday still locked in at 77 pitches.
And that's going to be another lead. Oh, and it's under the glove of Amir Williams. It goes to the wall. And that will be a leadoff double for the Express.
If there's any chance of the Express coming back, it's right now. I mean, no outs, runner on second. Holiday normally at the point where she would start getting tired, but with locked in, her stats are still up there.
Leadoff double from Origin gives the Express a chance to crack onto the scoreboard for the first time today. Atwood at the plate, 0 for 2. The 1-2 count, and he gets rung up today. 9 strikeouts for Holiday. One away. Here is Lindsey Pena, 1 for 2 on the day. As one of the 5 hits surrendered by Holiday. Two and 1 the count. Swings on that one, fouls it off. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Make it double digits for Holiday. 10 Ks on the day. What was the strikeout rate for the Express as a team coming into, well, on our stat sheet? Doesn't have week 10 on it.
122 strikeouts to 424 at-bats, which is a strikeout rate of 28%.
Grounded to Reed. It's not a strikeout, but it's an out nonetheless, and the leadoff double is gone to waste as we go now to the bottom of the 6th, still 7-0 in favor of the Vikings. Michelangelo still on the mound trying to eat some more innings. And that's a first pitch pop-up into center field from Jocinda Smith, 1 away.
You know, considering the incredible medical work that's been done to advance the relief pitchers so they don't need any rest, basically. You know, for these Express teams, you might just want to, you know, get your relief pitchers out. Oh,
that one's deep into center field. DDC at the track for out number 2. That's a home run in probably just about every other park, but here at Shaka, it's a fly out to deep center. That will do it for Angelo. In comes Robert Tomato. And it's line to Popetta for out number 3. To the top of the 7th we go. Still 7-0 in favor of the Vikings.
Holiday looking to 93 pitches, still locked in. Top of the 7th.
Might only
Probably
have
make it to the end of the inning.
Yeah, might have this inning, maybe one more with her being locked in basically since the 2nd inning. It's a quick out there. Brings up Hans McGregor. First pitch strike at the bottom of the zone. Slider misses, 1-1. Comes back with the fastball, 1-2. In the dirt, 2-2. Fouled off by McGregor. Strike 3 called. Make it 11 strikeouts for Holiday. She is absolutely mowing through this Express lineup.
11 strikeouts on the day.
More than half of her outs have been via the strikeout today. And that's popped up into foul territory. Easy play for Miyuki for out number 3. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. It's time to stretch. Thank you all for tuning in to Super Saturday here in Week 10 of the SSBL. If you have not yet, be sure to join our Discord as we finish off the regular season of Season 8. And be sure to stay tuned in to Game 3, the game of the day. The Toilet Bowl, as it is now known, the Moonshots and the Liberty will face off in the worst of the worst battle. And be sure to stick around to enter into a drawing to win a Turtle Beach headset. And be sure to join in for leg 2 of Super Saturday at 2 p.m. Central. 2 outs already here in the bottom of the 7th from Robert Tomato. This one is flared into right, and that's going to get down in front of Vargas. A bomber's special from Amir Williams. Continues the inning for Gage Deputy. And that one's lying down the third base side under the glove of Stevenson. And Deputy is aboard. 2 on, 2 out now here in the bottom of the 7th. And here is a tense Spencer Reed, 0 for 3 today. Been a strikeout victim a couple of times. And that's a first pitch strike from Tomato. And puts that one into left field. That will score at least one as it rolls all the way to the wall. Runner's going to round third, head from home, and it's going to be 9-0 for the Vikings.
Spencer Reed finally finding some success here. Gonna get 2 RBIs.
And that makes it now everyone for the Vikings with a hit today except for Liam Freishak.
Quite surprising. He's one of the stronger or more consistent hitters.
High fly ball. Doesn't look like it's going to be deep enough. And that is caught by DDC for round number 3, but 2 more runs on the board for the Vikings. Makes it 9-0 going into the top of the 8th.
Holiday on fire at 103.
And starting off the top of the 8th. Into center field. That's an easy play for Judd French.
He might be able to pitch another.
It's going to be oh, nope. Game says no. In comes Tammy John to close things out. Oh, Spencer Reed climbing the ladder for round number 2.
Joy Holiday, I believe the number 2 pick in the season 5 draft, so really showing why she was so highly prioritized in this game.
John retires the rest of the 8th, and we go bottom half. One last chance for the Vikings to add the cherry on top. Two and 1 the count. Fouled back 2-2. Popped up left field. Charging in is Natalie Origin, and she'll make the catch, 1 away. Kazuo Miyuki, 1 for 2 on the day, a single and a walk. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. Now delivers. Fouled off, 0-2 now the count. Fouled off again.
I think, is this an elimination game for the Express?
It very well might be, actually.
Because they'd be 4-10, wrong fielders would be already 7-5, so the worst they could do is...
I think you are correct.
7-9.
We're actually going to see our first few teams from the Heroic Conference get oh, the Moonshot's already eliminated.
Yeah.
But yeah, 10, 17, yes, the Express will go down today. I believe the Liberty should already be gone as oh, that would be 16 exactly. So yeah, that's 1. So yeah. Express hanging on for dear life, but it doesn't look like the plug will be pulled here in season 8. But I feel like they have identified a good few building blocks.
Right, definitely. And they're one of the expansion teams, so they're going to have a really big boon going into season, 10 and 11 with some of that aging.
The Metros haven't fared too well in the minors this season. I don't think they are actually in the playoff picture. I think they might be eliminated. Oh, no, I'm thinking of the Chippers. Excuse me, I still have that confused when the Metros were a Lumberjacks team.
Yeah.
The Metros, I think, are in the playoff picture, fighting for their lives. They have the 8th seed right now. Need a win to make sure they don't have to play a tiebreaker against the Halos. We'll see how it goes on Sunday. Let's see.
Really? Oh, it was a
for
Pinch run.
Pena with another hit. This one a double, her second hit. And she gets replaced on the bases. Stevenson grounds out third to first for out number 2. And here is the last man up with for the Express. Zibby Porpetta, 1 for 3 on the day. And he prevent the shutout. He cannot.
Oh.
Tammy John rings him up and finishes this game. A 9-0 win for the Vikings. A much needed win for them, as their margin of error to make the postseason is very small. Any other thoughts on this game from you, Puppet?
Well, Express season ends with a whimper. They get a complete game shutout by Vikings, Tammy John, and Joy Holiday. I want to point out Vikings have only 10 hits to the 6 of the Express, but 9 runs to the 0 of the Express.
Yeah, Vikings were able to convert, something they really have struggled with this season with runners on. They really were able to put the ball into play and in deep positions to where multiple runners could score. You mentioned 10 hits for the Vikings, 3 RBIs from Vicky Marshall and Judd French, a pair from Spencer Reed, 13 strikeouts offensively for the Express. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players with 2 strikeouts. No one with a sombrero, though. Only multi-hit person for the Express was Lindsay Pena. 2 home runs for the Vikings, Judd French and Jocinta Smith. Loss goes to Flubel, 6 earned through 3 2/3. Angelo 1 through 2, and Tomato 2 through 2 1/3. And then Holiday with the win, no earned through 7 1/3. And Tammy John closes the door with 5 outs, no earned, 2 strikeouts, and a hit. Well, that's going to do it for game number 1. Game number 2, the Retrievers and the Dragons coming up after this. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the SSBL on Twitch. Game number 2 here in Lafayette Stadium. We've got the 7-5 Retrievers against the 8-5 Dragons. A really big game here in the Heroic Conference. The Retrievers fighting for their division against the Overdrafts and had a big win over them earlier in this week. They dismantled them. What was the final score? That it was like 12-5.
Oh, I should know this.
11-3.
11-3.
And getting the season sweep over them, as that one's grounded to Jupiter, 1 away. Ghana Pitchwell on the mound for the Dragons, and Jeff Hayner on the mound for the Retrievers. A big, big game. As I mentioned, Retrievers fighting for the Icons division. Dragons probably out of contention for the Evolution, at least not mathematically, but 2 losses extra on the season from the Gauchos, 8-3 of the Gauchos. Someone's put into right center. That's going to roll to the wall. That's going to be extra bases for Sammy Ferrari. So runner in scoring position here early for the Retrievers, a chance to strike first. And here is Maggie Slowitz. Was she the first overall pick in season 6?
Season 8.
Season 8.
Season 7, same thing.
Season 7.
Do you want to update the pivot?
Oh, yes. Let's see. Batting. Swing and a miss!
Yeah.
Slowitz goes down. 2 away. Here is Barry Buns. Barry Buns having an excellent season. We can tell you how excellent it was if I can click the right buttons here.
Oh, you know what? I haven't resubscribed.
There you go. Pivot is updated.
Thank you.
1-2 the count to Barry Buns. Tough out activated for him. He lays off the outside slider. 2-2. And fouls that one back. And another one back. Oh, swing and a miss! Back-to-back strikeouts for Pitchwell. Gets him out of the inning. And we go to the bottom of the first. Freishak, French Pastry, and Gary Starr. Hayner on the mound.
And I think Retrievers Dragons matchups have been historically very exciting matchups. You know, fairly
Ferrari
active managers.
with a nice play there, tracking that one out.
Yeah, great jump there from Ferrari.
And that's through the middle infield. Dickerson dove for it, but just out of her reach. So that's a 1-out single there for French Pastry. Brings up Gary Starr. What kind of a season have Jeff Hayner had this year, Puppet?
Well, Jeff Hayner being our strongest pitcher is in the #1 slot. He's had a 3.5 ERA, 1.35 whip with 22 strikeouts over 17 innings.
Those are pretty solid numbers. That ERA may be a bit high, but on average, that's a pretty solid season for him. As he rung up Gary Starr there, but gives up a walk to Earl Crump. So 2 on, 2 out now. Here for homer runs. The Dragons with an opportunity here in the bottom of the first. First pitch strike from Hayner. Runs with power versus lefties. This one's into right, but trending foul. And it will be foul. 0-2 now the count. Oh, just misses with the changeup at the bottom of the zone. Back-to-back close calls, 2-2. This is high. The count is full. Runners will go. And that will be a walk. Homer runs, 4 straight balls taken. And the bases are loaded for Noah Walker.
Usher up to the 3rd baller already at the bottom of the first.
1-2 to Noah Walker. Pays off the changeup. 2-2. Popped up into the infield. Sammy Ferrari's under it. And she'll make the catch. Round number 3. Dragons leave the bases loaded. Both teams with a scoring opportunity in the first come up empty. 0-0 going into the top of the second. Ramen Nunez to lead things off here in the top of the second. Both pitchers throwing a lot of pitches in that first inning. Pitchwell coming into the inning at 23 to start things off in the second. And that's a swing and a miss from Nunez Pitchwell with 3 strikeouts here early. Here's Dale Blanco Jr. Rounded to first. Pastry is there and steps on the bag himself for round number 2. And here comes Barbara Dickerson. Rounder to the 3rd. Jupiter scoops it up in time for round number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Pitchwell. And we'll go to the bottom of the second inning. 7-8-9 due up for the Dragons.
Pitch well, fairly similar stat line, 6.5 ERA, but a lower whip at 1.27 over 11 innings. Shelton staying alive with a couple foul balls at 1 and 2.
Popped up behind home plate, and it's out of play. 1 and 2. That one's through the left side. Leadoff single for the Dragons. Shelton is aboard. Duketown, I believe, tied for second in the SSBL in home runs. He has 7, and Ken Iffy Jr. with 7, I believe. Swing and a miss there. 1 and 2 the count. And he gets struck out there. The second strikeout for Hainer, 1 away. Here is Freddie Jupiter. Probably the one offensive, I'd say black hole isn't the best way to describe it, but I feel of the offensive players the Dragons do have, Jupiter is kind of the odd man out. I don't think he's really performed all that well. Am I correct, Puppet?
I think so. I'm bad at reading. Yeah, he's been all right. 0.217 average. You know, not the greatest, especially for the Dragons. You know, 8 and 5, trying to look to get into one of those divisional spots.
And he gets rung up there. Back-to-back strikeouts for Hainer. 2 away after the leadoff single. Back to the top of the order, Will Freishak. Fouls off the first pitch. Swings through that one. 0 and 2 the count. Already up to 43 pitches for Hainer. And swing and a miss. Hainer strikes out the side after a leadoff single and sends us to the top of the third.
And there is a big issue there for, you know, this matchup for the Retrievers. Their bullpen, you know, a bit more evenly spread compared to the Dragons, but the Dragons have higher peaks with Wanda Cosmo sitting in the back, as well as Jar Jar Jackson and Major Champs.
Wanda Cosmo, probably the best pitcher in the Epic this year. Maybe not ERA-wise, but innings pitched-wise. She has eaten up a lot of innings for the Dragons, has the most innings pitched, I think, in the league, and also leads the league in strikeouts, I do believe.
She is quite high up there with 30 innings pitched, 2.3 ERA, 0.7 whip, and 36 Ks. But it's got a pitch locked in at the bottom third, or top third.
Both starting pitchers already in the 40 pitch range here in the third inning. Rounder to second, home runs in time to Pastry for out number 3. Whoa. And that will send us to the bottom half. Another 1, 2, 3 inning for Pitchwell. French Pastry due up here first. 1 and 1 the count. So Pitchwell ended the third with 42, but Hainer starting the third basically at that same point, but he strikes out Pastry. He's up to 5 Ks now, has overtaken Pitchwell at 4 so far.
Definitely hoping for a couple of ground outs here to even out the pitch count, but performing fairly well.
The asking you shall receive to Ferrari in time to slow. It's foul number 2. Mojo up for Hainer. He'll be locked in as well. Earl Crump fouling off the first pitch he sees.
Earl Crump batting very well over his 22 at-bats.
Oh,
0.4
McHenry!
batting. Wow.
Tracking that one down in foul territory, ending the inning early. A great play by him. I thought that one was going to fall. He just was able to catch up to it and will send us to the top of the 4th.
He does have that dog in him.
So pitching duel here early to start off the 4th. 2 and 1 the count to Sammy Ferrari. That's a grounder to runs in time for round number 1. Here is Maggie Slowitz. Pitchwell only giving up that one hit through 3 1/3 so far, 4 strikeouts. But behind here, 3-0. Slowitz lays off that one, just finds the zone there. This one into right. That looks like it's going to fall. That's going to be a base hit in front of Freishak. Slowitz aboard with a 1-out single. And here is Barry Bonds making I think, a convincing argument for potentially Rookie of the Year in the Heroic. Has had a very excellent stat line.
Yeah,
Hitting, I
Barry
think,
Bonds,
in the
ASG.
400s.
He's at 450. And that's not even with the, I believe earlier this week had a 3 for 4.
Runner going, the throw is not in time. Slowitz now in scoring position for Buns with Tough out activated. He fouls that one back. Another opportunity here for the Retrievers. Another one fouled back. Swing and a miss. Pitchwell, his 5th strikeout. 2 away now for Ramen Nunez. Oh, Nunez with a good contact there, but foul. 1-1. Another one
You hear
fouled
those
off.
types of hits and you get a feeling.
Oh, swing and a miss. The off speed ate him up. 2 strikeouts to strand the runner in scoring position again. And to the bottom of the 4th we go, still 0-0. Home runs to lead things off for the Dragons here in the bottom of the 4th. That's fouled back, a 1-1 count. That one's into center field, but caught by Blanco, out number 1. That looked like a good hit there by Runs, but it never found the green. It just kind of kept carrying into center field for Blanco to eventually scoop it. 1-2 now, the count to Noah Walker. This one into left, a high fly ball, and that one is gone. Noah Walker, a solo shot over the Pete's Gator Mall. Side and left, and the Dragons take a 1-0 lead. Dragons now lead 1-0. Off the solo shot into left. And that takes Hayner from locked in down to neutral and gives up a walk to Harry Shelton.
And I'll put him against Duke Town, who's had a fairly good season, 0.33 average. With 7 home runs. Oh yeah, he's the
Second place in the league.
Second place.
Behind Shiru Mamiya, who is trying to fight for a triple crown. Could be the first ever triple crown in the SSBL, but he gets rung up there. The 6th strikeout for Hayner brings up Freddie Jupiter.
And that is a bit interesting about Duke Town. He is second in home runs, very good on this season, but he's in 8th in the lineup, so bit of a strange decision,
Well, and something else I noticed is we'll see the Unicorns in Game 4. Moose Shaw having like an MVP caliber season, but also hitting 8th in the lineup. Full count here to Freddie Jupiter. Runner at first will go. Fouled back. 80th pitch coming from Hayner. That's fouled back. Jupiter making him earn it. And that is outside, ball 4. Jupiter will take a walk. And back to the top of the lineup we go. Will Freishak at the plate with 2 aboard. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Dragons leading 1-0 under the glove of Trace McSorley into left. Runner's going to head home. The throw from Buns is in time!
Ooh, in time.
Barry Buns keeps it a 1-run game.
That was very close.
Aggressive running by the Dragons. Comes up to bite them in the buns. As a laser arm from Buns in left keeps it 1-0 into the top of the 5th. One out already. Here's Barbara Dickerson. The thing is, the Retrievers offense needs to wake up here. Pitchville has been cruising so far. Only 2 hits allowed and 4 1/3. Those 2 hits are from Slowitz and Ferrari so far. And swing and a miss. An ugly swing there. Brings up Trace McSorley now, 0 for 1. Seven strikeouts for Pitchwell here. Almost through 5, and this should complete the top of the 5th as this is into right, excuse me. Caught by Freishak. Another 1-2-3 inning for Pitchwell, sending us to the home half. French Pastry, Gary Starr, and Earl Crump do up. The thing is, only 4 hits allowed by Hainer today. But just one of them just happened to go over the wall and left.
Yeah, Dragon's been making them work for those outs.
Yes, 85 pitches. Probably the last inning we'll see from Jeff here today. 0-2 the count to Gary Starr. Doesn't chase the high ball. Checks his swing there, 2-2. Oh, man, where did that one miss? The count is full. Swing and a miss, though. Hainer gets him on the strikeout. Both starting pitchers now with 7 Ks. And that will do it for Hainer. In comes Chicken Hot Dartboard. And Dartboard gets the ground out of Crump to end the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out for Dartboard, sending us to the top of the 6th. Still 1-0 in favor of the Dragons. Bottom of the order due up for the Retrievers, 9. Then we go back to the top, 1-2. Pitchwell locked in 75 pitches. That one's up the middle. Honey Bear with a leadoff single.
Honey Bear, very great behind the plate. But he doesn't tend to hit very far. Only 2 RBIs on the season, but he still has a 0.3 average.
I believe he hit a home run against the Overdrafts, didn't he?
I believe so.
2-1 the count to Harold McHenry. 3-1 now. Runner is going. Hit and run was on. I don't see why you do that with Honey Bear. He doesn't have a lot of speed, and that is ball 4. So Retrievers working something here early in the top of the 6th. 2 on, nobody out. Here is Sammy Ferrari. Has 1 of the 3 hits surrendered by Pitchwell today. She takes a first pitch ball on the curveball. 2-0 the count. 3-0. Pitchwell struggling a bit here to start off the top of the 6th. Oh, that was a meatball fouled off by Ferrari. 3-1. That's going to be hit. Oh, and that's a tough dive for Starr. It gets by, and it's going to roll into the outfield. Harry Sheldon just now up, but the runner's going around third, head for home, and it's going to be a 2-run RBI double. The Retrievers have taken the lead. Ferrari with her 2nd double of the day scores 2 runs, and that is also going to chase Ghana Pitchwell in Coswanda Cosmo. So in the blink of the eye, the Retrievers have taken the lead.
Very aggressive pitching choice to bring in Cosmo basically after the Retrievers take the lead. But, just over the head of Gary Starr, that's like a 50-50 catch on some of those.
Yeah, I think the difference is that he had to jump to his right instead of his left, and that's what allowed it. But and that's off the glove of Starr.
Off the glove.
Oh, Starr is not having a great day at short. That's going to go down as an error most likely. Everyone is safe. The bases are loaded, and there's no outs here in the top of the 6th for Ramen Nunez. And he's ahead 2-0. Grounder, Gary Starr with a diving stop. The throw is not going to be in time, and it's going to be a run scored. An infield RBI single, and it's 3-0 Retrievers. Starr getting eat up here at short in the top of the 6th. His play has directly led to all 3 runs for the Retrievers so far. That one's fouled back. A 1-2 count to Dale Blanco Jr. Pitch out. I don't understand. Oh, swing and a miss. Cosmo gets the strikeout. One away now for Barbara Dickerson. Base is still loaded.
On a double play. But yeah, Dickerson on the box.
Late swing there, 1-2. Popped up, trending towards the stands, and it will be a foul ball. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Cosmo. And here's Trace McSorley.
Probably the weaker link on the Retrievers, has only a 0.2 season.
That one, off the glove of Homer runs, and 2 more runs will score. The middle infield absolutely falling apart for the Dragons. McSorley with a 2 RBI single. And the Retrievers lead 5-1. And that's up the middle. Another run will score.
I mean, but you look at the fielding ratings, 76 for Gary Starr, 65 for homer runs. It's not that bad. I mean, it's just having a tough day, I guess.
The Retrievers putting the ball just out of range enough to get these runs to come home. On to Cosmo Tense, 2-1 the count to Harold McHenry. 3-1. Oh, swing and a miss there. That was probably ball 4. Runners going. That one's down the third baseline. It's going to go into the corner. That might score 2 more. Nope, just 1 more, but 7-1 for the Retrievers.
And the Retrievers batting around the lineup, bringing back Sammy Ferrari, who opened it up with the double.
Holy cow. That one's a much easier play for Starr. He gets it to Pastry in time for out number 3, but a 7-run top of the 6th for the Retrievers. 7-1 going to the bottom of the 6th. Holy cow. Let's see how Dartboard pitches with the lead. The second pitch he throws to Homer runs is a home run into left. Absolutely crushed. And it's 7-2. 4-12 into left field. Down to the third base line, McSorley with the stop, the throw, not going to be in time. 6. So an infield single for Noah Walker. Dartboard now tense, brings up Harry Shelton. Nobody out in the top of the 6th. This one into center field, but tracking that one nicely is Blanco Jr. He makes the catch for out number 1. Ocho back up for Dartboard, makes him neutral. Duke Town up to the plate. Just 1 home run behind the lead. Could come up clutch for his Dragons here to try and close this deficit, but falls behind 0-2 to Dartboard. Fouls that one back, staying alive. These are some weird pitches coming off of Dartboard's hands. I can't read them at all.
He does have the full arsenal of movement and high junk.
1-2 the count.
Probably one of them.
So, strike 3 called. Froze Duke Town, and he's retired. The first strikeout for Dartboard. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and the miss there. 0-2 to Freddie Jupiter. Oh, just misses the top of the zone there. 1-2. Fouled off. Slow roller. Dickerson covers in time. Gets it to Slowitz for out number 3, and the side is retired. We go to the top of the 7th. The solo shot from Homer runs makes it 7-2 going to the top of the 7th inning. Maggie Slowitz to lead things off. None of those runs earned to Wanda Cosmo, though, so her ERA will survive at the very least. 4 hits, though, for Cosmo, and 1 inning of relief, a walk and 2 strikeouts. She is tense, and that is up the middle, a leadoff base runner for the Retrievers. They're really making it count here late in this game, really starting to see the ball well. So let's with their second base hit of the game, and they're going to chase Cosmo. Here comes Jar Jar Jackson. So Cosmo only lasts an inning here against the Retrievers.
Big pick in the Season 7 draft. Nearly a retriever.
Jackson.
Plans, but...
He gets the strikeout there of Barry Buns, which brings up Ramen Nunez. Jar Jar Jackson with K-Man trait. Big part of his game. 2-1 the count to Nunez. Oh, off the glove of French Pastry. Man, the Dragons defense letting them down in the worst way today. I'm curious if that goes down as an error or a hit. It goes down as a hit according to the game. Nunez now with 2 singles. Oh, but gets the strikeout there. 2 away. But 2 aboard. Here's a tense Barbara Dickerson, 0 for 3 today. Retrievers potentially a chance for more. First pitch called strike on the changeup. Misses 1-1. Grounder to second. Homer runs. Scoops it to Pastry in time for out number 3. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. It is time to stretch once again. Thank you all for joining here on the first stream of Super Saturday. Be sure to join our Discord if you have not already to keep track of the rest of Season 8 of the SSBL, as that's going to be a leadoff single for the Dragons. As we finish off the regular season and get the playoff pictures set, as we will have an electric postseason most assuredly. 0-2 now to French Pastry.
Most assuredly. Lots of great teams looking to complete this playoff.
Foul ball off the boat in left field. Oh, strike 3! A nice curveball rings up Pastry there. A second strikeout for Dartboard here. 1 on, 1 out now for Gary Starr. Tense today. Oh, a bad dive by McSorley. And that one gets into left, a base hit. Gary Starr is aboard. 2 on, only 1 out now for Earl Crump. Dragons with an opportunity to cut into this 5-run deficit. Swinging on this on the first pitch to Crump. Slider runs a bit outside. 1-1. Fouled back. 1-2 now. Grounded to first. Slowitz grabs it in fair territory. Steps in the bag herself for out number 2. Both runners advanced 90 feet. Are now in scoring position for homer runs. So a big situation here. Homer runs hit a home run his last time at the plate. A big opportunity for the Dragons here. Can Dartboard get out of the jam? He's ahead 1-2. Swing and a miss, a drop, third strike, but Bear gets it down to first in time for out number 3. Dartboard gets out of the jam and sends us to the top of the 8th, still 7-2. A huge play there by Dartboard getting out of the inning, still with the 5-run lead intact. Trace McSorley up to the plate. He hits this one down the third base line. That's going to get into the corner. Sheldon up with it. Recovers in time. Only a single for McSorley, his second hit of the day. Here comes Honey Bear. First pitch swinging, going to put this one into the stands. Swing and a miss there. 0-2 came and activated now for Jackson. Swing and a miss. 12 strikeouts for the Dragons pitching staff in this one. 3 from Jackson, 2 from Cosmo, and 7 from Pitchwell. You go back and look at it, I mean, you can't blame Cosmo too much for the defensive miscues, but that decision to pull Pitchwell so early, kind of coming back to haunt the Dragons a little bit, I think. Another base hit from McHenry, which puts 2 aboard now for Sammy Ferrari. 2 singles today, 2 RBIs. She's having herself a nice day at the plate. A chance for more here for the Retrievers. Only 1 out here with 2 on. Pops it up. Easy play for Noah Walker in foul territory. He makes the snag for out number 2. And now bring up Maggie Slowitz. She's got 2 singles on the day as well, but no RBIs. Swing and a miss there. 2-1 the count. That one's low. 3-1. Swing and a miss there. The count is full. Runners will go. And that is ball 4. A mojo up for Slowitz. The bases will be loaded here for Barry Buns. 0 for 4 today. Has not had a fantastic day at the plate, but could make up for it. That one's in the dirt. Runner's going to score. The tag not in time. And the Retrievers put up another. The pass ball by Noah Walker plates another run for the Retrievers. Other 2 runners now at second and third. 2-2 the count. Came in activated for Jackson, but tough out for Buns. The count is full once again. Swing and a miss. Buns goes down, but another run will score for the Retrievers. They make it a 6-run lead going into the bottom of the 8th inning.
Need a drink there.
Yeah. Dartboard taking the mound for the bottom of the 8th. Already 2 1/3 innings of relief. Throwing his 40th pitch there. See how much longer he lasts in this one.
Likely has to be his last.
Into right, tracking that one is McHenry for out number 1. Retrievers still have really good pitchers. As I was about to say, Grogu, Sitha Belnades as well. But the ball goes over to Goo here. A slow roller to third. McSorley up with it. The throw is not in time. Shelton just beats it out. An infield single for him. Puts a runner aboard for Duketown. Tense 0 for 3 today.
And that does remind me, we haven't seen a whole lot of bunts as of late, don't you think?
Yeah, I don't remember this season seeing like a purposeful bunt. I mean, I've seen like little dribblers kind of like that this season, but like I don't remember this season seeing a purposeful bunt. I could be wrong and not remembering something, but like I just don't remember that. Came in activated for Grogu with a 3-2 count on Duketown. Town making him work for it, though, fouling off a few pitches here. Town into center. This one is deep, but it's going to die in front of the track for Blanco Jr. for out number 2. That one kind of sounded good off the bat, but died kind of quickly. And here is Freddie Jupiter 0 for 2. He takes the first pitch strike at the bottom of the zone. Swing and miss there, 1-2. Came in activated for Goo. Pops it up into the stands. We'll do it again. Two and two now the count. Goo can't get him to chase on these inside pitches and loses him on that one. Put 2 aboard now with 2 out here for Will Freischek, the top of the order. Chance to give this Dragons team a bit of life going into the 9th inning. 1-1 the count to Freischek. He's 2 for 4 on the day. Looks like he'll go to 3 for 5. Runner's going to head home. The throw is not to the plate, and it makes it an 8-3 ball game. The 3rd hit of the day for Freischek, his first RBI. Makes it 8-3, still 2 runners aboard. And Grogu get out of this inning. He is tense now. Facing off against a dangerous French pastry. K-Man activated for him once again. That curveball is in the dirt. That one's fouled off. They're fouling off a lot of pitches. They're seeing Gu well, just waiting for him to throw a pitch they can hit. They aren't chasing him at all either. But this one induces the grounder to Slowitz. She steps in the bag herself for out number 3. The Dragons do score 1, make it a 5-run game going into the 9th inning. 5, 6, 7 do it for the Retrievers here. Nunez to start off the inning. Jar Jar Jackson gets pulled in favor of Major Champs. Champs, the third man out of the bullpen for the Dragons. This one into center, a decent hit, but easily tracked down by Duke Town for out number 1.
0 for 4 on the day, Dale Blanco Jr.
Yeah,
Having a tough one.
Buns, Blanco Jr., and Dickerson, the only Retrievers not reaching today so far in this one. And up the middle, that's a base hit. He now aboard. That makes it only 2 Retrievers who have not reached. Here is Dickerson, the other one of the other 2. Champs with a lot of junk, a good amount of velocity, but very middling accuracy. 5-pitch arsenal. 2 fastballs, a forkball, a changeup, and a curveball. That's a 2-2 count here to Dickerson. 0 for 4 intense. The forkball misses. The count is full. Composed on Champs. Basically doubles his accuracy. He finds the bottom of the zone and rings up Dickerson.
And she will likely go the whole day without reaching 0 for 5.
Trace McSorley 2 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs for him today. A nice day at the plate. Looking to extend the 9th inning here. 2-2 the count. He fouls that one back. Oh, gutsy take there. It's called a ball. The bases, or the count is full, excuse me. Runners will go. That one's fouled off. That one, whoa, weird camera angle, bounces in front of the plate. Walker gets the first in time for out number 3. Into the bottom of the 9th we go. The Dragons need 5 to extend this one as we go into the last inning. 3, 4, 5 do it for the Dragons. Starting off with a tense Gary Starr, 1 for 4. His defensive play today is, well, the reason why his team trails by 5 runs. 3-1 the count to Gary Starr. And that will be a leadoff walk. So Gu not doing too well in relief here. Wondering if they'll pass the ball off. They do, but it's to Jorge Watsky, not Belnades. Another high velocity junk, but low accuracy pitcher. 5 pitches on him as well. 2-1 the count. And that one is crushed into right. This one is going on to third deck. Holy Toledo, absolutely mashed. 451 feet by Earl Crump. And it's 8-5 now. Dragons putting on more and more pressure here. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th. 3-0 to homer runs. Watsky finds his own there. He is composed, but will lose him. Things getting very, very interesting. Here's Noah Walker, 2 for 4 today with a home run of his own. Retrievers pitching cannot find the zone here in the 9th. 2-0 to Walker. That one finds his own. 2-1. 3-1. Compose activated once again for Watsky. Fouls it off. The count is full. Pressure mounting here ever so slightly. Oh, just misses. And that will walk Walker. And Harry Shelton represents the tying run at the plate. Watsky's going to stay in the game. Holy cow.
We'll see how that decision to keep Watsky in affects the game here. But
Drama here late. And remember what Barry Bonds did earlier in the game, gunning a runner down at home. Otherwise, Harry Shelton would represent the game-winning run. Harry Shelton battling a 2-2 count. Strike three called! A curveball at the bottom of the zone for strike for out number one. The first strikeout for Watsky. Duketown is going to get pulled in favor of Velma Betancourt.
Former retriever here as a tying run. And Watsky stays in.
2-1 the count. Need to get this fry out of my throat. Goodness gracious. And the bases will be loaded.
Who is up?
Freddie Jupiter representing the game-winning run at the plate. Watsky staying in the game. He has walked the bases loaded. Finds his own there, 1-1 to an 0 for 2. Jupiter, who has drawn 2 walks today, popped up. It's going to stay in play. A huge second out coming for the Retrievers. McSorley under it. He makes the catch for out number 2. Dragons down to their final out. And who else other than Will Freishak? Watsky gets pulled. Here is Sefa Belnades. With the bases loaded, 2 outs. And this one's into left, but Barry Bonds is there to make the catch for out number 3. And the Retrievers survive 8-5. Holy cow, what a stressful game there late. Retrievers bullpen did their darndest to try and give it away, but the 7-run 6th inning is enough for the Retrievers to take a huge game, push their record to 8-5, and take the lead now in that Icons division. Puppet, your thoughts?
Wow, I mean, I was so close on it at the end there. Sheesh. But yeah, really great for the Retrievers to take the lead in the Heroic Conference, puts them up 8-5, and then the Dragons actually now 8-6. The wrong fielders are 7-5. So we were talking about how, you know, the wrong fielders really kind of on the outside looking in to the division, but similar point as the Dragons. So that could be a really big developing story.
What a game, and it's the Dragons' defense that really lets them down. Misplays by Starr and runs allowed, extra runs to score, allowed the 6th inning to continue, and that's really the difference in the game. And whereas you have the Retrievers' defense saving their team a run with Barry Bonds gunning down a runner at home, really the difference in this game. 8 runs off of 13 hits for the Retrievers, multiple hit days for several people. 2 RBIs from Ferrari and McSorley. A golden sombrero from Barry Bonds. 4 strikeouts for him today. And then Dickerson also recording 3 strikeouts. 14 strikeouts for the Retrievers. But they do get the win. 11 on the day for the Dragons. Duketown with sombrero. 3 hits for Freishak. 3 for 6 on the day. The pair hits from Walker and Sheldon as well. But that bottom third of the lineup, Duketown, Freddie Jupiter, combining 0 for 7 with 4 strikeouts.
2, you know, big contenders for positions this season in the stats board, striking out 3 and 4 times. So tough game for Buns and Duketown.
It'll be Chicken Dartboard getting the win for the Retrievers. He pitched 2 2/3, only gave up 1 earned run off a home run, 3 strikeouts, 4 hits. Gu and Watsky combined for inning and a third, 3 earned runs off of 3 hits, 5 combined walks, a strikeout, and a home run given up. And then Belnades getting the final out of the game and the save. Loss will go to Pitchwell, 3 earned through 5, 7 strikeouts for him. Cosmo, no earned credit to her, but did give up some thanks to her defense. Then Jackson and Major Champs go for the final 3, strikeout 5, 4 hits, and a walk given up. Your MVP, Noah Walker, Earl Crump, then Sammy Ferrari. Well, don't go anywhere. The game of the day of the first leg of Week 10, Day 4, the Toilet Bowl, Moonshots and Liberty coming up right after this. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the SSBL on Twitch. Game number 3, the game of the day, brought to you by Turtle Beach. Be sure to put here in the chat to be entered into a drawing to win a Turtle Beach headset. We've got the 0-11 Moonshots against the 2-9 Liberty, the two worst teams pretty much here in the SSBL here in Season 8. Fighting for the best odds in the lottery. You got Wassad. Go ahead.
Both at the bottom of the Heroic Icons division.
We've got Wassad Dude on the mound against Jonathan midfield for the Moonshots. Moonshots hitting all kinds of records in just awfulness this year. Over a negative 100 run differential I saw earlier in the week.
Yeah, it's looking at negative 109 right now.
And the Liberty, not nearly
Negative
as bad,
42.
has had a lot of bad luck, but did back into the upset win over the Vikings back on day 3, which gave them their second win of the season, their first coming off of Liberty Gate, of course. Down the third baseline.
Me of the classic diarrhea bloodbath from season 5, I believe, between Gauchos and Retrievers. I believe the reason the starting order rule rule was dismissed.
Because negative 21 truly White Claw started that game or something.
Right.
Quick out there, Matty Musgrove's up to the plate.
But midfield doesn't even need the starting order change to have terrible stats.
Yep. He is an E-rated player. Nothing, and barely anything.
He has a total of 29 total pitching points, and all of them are in accuracy.
Runner is going, the throw is not in time, so Matty Musgrove's in scoring position here for Remy Griffin. And Griffin into right, tracking that one is Shorty Hightower. He'll make the catch for round number 2. Runner tags up and safely into third. Here comes Rhino Stacy. Has midfield thrown more than like 3 innings this season?
Midfield.
Oh, I didn't change the pivot.
2 1/3.
And well, he just about double his season total there in one fell swoop, getting out of the inning without anything surrendered. This one deep into left, and Shorty Hightower puts the Moonshots on the board. A laser into the bullpen, 443 feet, and the Moonshots on the board for us here in the Toilet Bowl.
Now I'm curious, what do you think? Will it be a very high-scoring game or a very low-scoring game? Because, you know, the pitchers are fairly weak, but it's also, you know, fairly weak offense. So
I feel like this is probably going to be like an 11-10 game or something. That's what my gut says.
Obviously, you have for the Liberty, Wassad Dude, a much stronger pitcher than midfield. But I think the Liberty, you know, offense might be a little bit worse than the Moonshots.
Wassad Dude with the strikeout there. First out of the second. No team in SSBL history has gone winless before. We've had 2 instances of a 1-13 season, but no one ever going over. The Moonshots trying to set that record, but with the lead here, 2 strikeouts for Dude. Brings up Vern Knight. Knight into left. That'll be caught by Trailer Crane for round number 3. Then we'll go to the bottom of the second. Stu Rich, Smart Pock, and Libby Sickley do up for the Bibberty. And midfield won't even get the opportunity to throw a second inning. In comes Richie Broker.
Yeah, that was gonna happen.
In your opinion, Puppet, which expansion team do you think has the brightest future? Which one do you think has shown the most promise going into like season 9, season 10?
Well, personally, I think, currently, obviously the Express are the strongest if, there was a battle between all 4 in their current state. But I really like the Mythic strategy going into this. They bought pretty much a whole, team of veterans, put all their good, young players in the minors, and I think they're really going to have a great opportunity going into, the next couple seasons.
Yeah, that Monstars team, I believe 7-1 or 7-2, excuse me, had a really strong season. They had one bad loss to the Jungle Kings, and then just like a 1-run loss to the Corns of Pop, I believe, last week, or sometime it was week 8, 5-4. But that Monstars team has been very good. Have a lot of really good pitching on that team. Oh, and Wasa dude can't handle it and allows the runner to reach. So Liberty kind of not showing up here early. Kind of
there's our bunt.
we're talking about the bunts, but he doesn't end up bunting. A roller to Morgan gets the first in time, but that will go down as a sacrifice bunt. So technically, he swung. I was still thinking of the other pitch.
And Moonshots, their one ray of power here is Nick Hugh.
The veteran, the lifer Moonshot, hanging around here for what is probably his last season. He's a season 2 guy, so probably will get hit heavily in the off season with aging.
Right, his fielding already and arm already as low as it generally gets, 36 and 28 respectively. But depending on if they completely kill his fielding and arm, there is an opportunity he could find a spot in DH, but yeah,
and
it's
that is tough. Slapped into the left center gap. That's going to score another run.
Oh.
An RBI double for the Moonshots. They lead 2-0 now. I believe that was Morgan. Yes, Morgan with a RBI double, making it 2-0 Moonshots here early. I'm curious, what did the math have in this game? Oh, Trailer Crane with a diving stop. I've really liked what I've seen from Trailer Crane, though. He has been a pretty good player for them. He has plays like that. I don't know what he is offensively, but that's a name I remember popping up a lot for Liberty in games.
Yeah, he is, young guy, 313 total. Left fielder, very strong. I believe he was one of the top higher expansion draft picks. As far as batting, on the season, he's only a 0.211, but the Liberty haven't done a whole lot of batting total, so very excited to see what he can do in future seasons.
A deep first out there from Stephanie Morgan gets us back to Mr. Trailer Crane here. 0 for 1 as contact versus left-handed pitchers activated here against Richie Broker. One on for the Liberty. Relay Lucas with the first hit for them in this one. 1-2 the count to Crane. Dribbler up the middle. Plum North charging in on it. Throw in time for round number 2. Mojo boost for Broker. And brings up Matty Musgrove's first pitch strike to him. That's line to Blanco for round number 3. Liberty leave a runner on second. We'll go to the top of the 4th. Moonshots leading 2-0 here. Here's Shorty Hightower. That home run into left center started things off for the Moonshots in this one.
And it does seem the Liberty had an error counted against them. I don't know whether that was the little fielding error in center field that I didn't really think amounted to much.
It
was seems like they had.
It was Wasadu dropping the ball last inning.
Oh, right.
And Shorty Hightower, another charge into left center, and that one is gone! Shorty Hightower placing home runs in practically the exact same spot. This one just 6 feet further, 447, and it's 3-0 Moonshots. I mean, those are pretty much in the exact same spot for Shorty Hightower. That's ridiculous.
Right. And looking at the math here, it seems like Liberty had the odds favored towards them. So Moonshots getting ahead early. We'll see how that plays for them.
Biggest lead for the Moonshots this season? I don't believe so, Hummus. They opened up the first inning against the ball players really well. It might have been 3-0, but I feel like they had a sizable lead in that ball players game of all things. $3-0 lead here early for the Moonshots. Wasadu tense through 3 1/3. Popped up into center. Olivia Sickley is there, and she'll make the catch for round number 2. Knight to the plate. This one is up the middle. He'll be aboard with a 2-out single. Dale Blanco, another lifer moon. Well, I won't say lifer moonshot, but primarily lifer moonshot. He had a season with the Wildcats that was super, super bad, and got traded. I think he was an original moonshot. Got traded back to the Moonshots and really became a good kind of role player, a center fielder with a great arm. He probably. We don't really have a way to track this anymore, but he probably has the SSBL career lead in like outfield assists to home. Like, he was a rocket arm to have in center field back in the day.
Definitely. And you know, there's just some players that'll be a switch out dude going finally out.
Dolphus Clay.
There's just some players, like, you try to imagine them in different uniforms and you just can't, you know, like Dale Blanco, you think of him as a moonshot, right? That when you talked about him being on the Wildcats, it was like, wow, like I didn't even think like about a Wildcats stint, you know.
Grounder up the middle, Smot Pock in time for round number 3. Moonshots leave a pair stranded, but another home run from Shorty Hightower makes it 3-0 going into the bottom of the 4th inning. Richie Broker through 2 innings, only giving up 1 hit and a strikeout. Hard hit ball, Blanco scoops it up. Round number 1, takes it himself. This one, Otani Benani climbing the ladder. A great play by him, 2 away.
For a player with absolutely no fielding as well. Just like
Grounded to Baloney, and in time for round number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Richie Broker. And to the top of the 5th we go.
And I think Moonshots as well have a very I'd say a lot of their players are actually fathers or mothers. I don't know, is there a mother on this team? But Dale Blanco Jr. and Nick Hugh Jr.
There's some lineage going to other teams in the SSBL. Dale Blanco Jr., a retriever, we just saw him. Nick Hugh Jr., a bomber. Saw him this week against the Cyclones. I'm trying to think of anyone else. No one else. Pat Gross. He has a son. He is a pitcher for the Wrongfielders in the minors. As Adolphus Clay rings up the batter there, his second strikeout, excuse me. Clay locked in. Here through an inning of work here in relief of Wasadu, and he brings up another, strikes out the side, and sends us to the bottom of the fifth. Smart Pak to lead things off. Richie Broker getting the call up after an injury to Nita Jax in that game against the Moonshots, I believe. And doing fairly well, making a good name for himself in his first appearance in the majors. Probably still a bit of aging to do as facing off against one of the worse, that's not a weird word, one of the bottom of the league teams in batting, as that one is deep into right. That one is going to be gone. A solo shot for the Liberty. I believe that was Libby Sickley putting one into the stands 390 feet, and the Liberty find themselves on the board.
And it is nice to see a lot of these players, you know, for the Liberty or Moonshots, Mythic, those types of teams, to see the players that, you know, we saw on, you know, some of the bigger teams on the benches, but never really got a whole lot of spotlight. You know, maybe defensive infielders or, you know, replacements. To see them, you know, have a home, like a starting, you know, in the starting lineup, finish their sort of, or, you know, even just a middle of career opportunity for some of these players.
You need a chance to show their stuff one way or another. 2-2 to count to Stephanie Morgan. Count is full. Oh, strike three called on the inside corner. Broker ringing up another. I believe that's his second. Apart from that, home run has done a fairly decent job here, as this one is skied into right. Should be an easy play for Hightower, and he takes the catch for round number 3, and we go to the top of the 6th. 3-1 your score here in the Toilet Bowl, the first matchup between these two teams.
And they should have a second matchup coming up soon.
Yeah, I think it might be the last week of the season, I believe.
It will be Liberty Express. It will be week 13, day 2.
So one of the final days of the regular season, we get to watch these two teams duke it out once again. 2-2 the count here to Shorty Hightower. It's gone yard twice, won't go yard a third time, as Relay Lucas fields the grounder and steps on the backer, so for round number 1. I'll bring up Rowan Baloney.
Way locked in as well.
Into right, should be an easy play for Musgroves, making the catch for round number 2. Plum North. 0 for 2 so far. Grounded to third. Morgan in time for round number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Adolphus Clay, sending us to the bottom of the 6th. Matty Musgroves, Remy Griffin, and Rhino Stacy do up for Liberty here, still trailing 3-1. Richie Broker still in the game. 4 innings of relief. 42 pitches locked in, but running out of stamina here quickly. But gets Musgroves to pop up here into center field. Under it is Morgan, and he'll make the catch for round number 1. Remy Griffin up now.
Richie probably looking at... Well, I say that, but the Moonshots have had a huge bullpen. So, going to 50 pitches nearly.
And Griffin will bomber special that one into center field. And that may do it for Richie Broker. And it will. In comes Lisa Louisville. In relief. So we're into the dregs of the Moonshots bullpen. Can they keep this 3-1 lead to give them their first win on the season? Right. Oh, Rowan Baloney! Still flashed in the leather here in his old age, making a snag at third base. for out number 2. Rowan Baloney, the longtime walker, donning the blue and white of the Moonshots for what is probably his final season. Hit and run. Oh, a tough dive there for Bonani at second. Was out of position on the hit and run, and it works out for the Bibberty as they now have 2 aboard.
I love seeing those really great executions on the hit and run.
Slow roller down the first base line. Louisville, oh, just gets the tag on the back of Smot-Pock to retire the 6th inning. Just got him in time and sends us to the top of the 7th. Yes, Fizek, you did lose to the Retrievers.
You're going to have to go back and watch it.
Yes, you are going to have to go back and watch it. You have really Gary Starr and homer runs to blame. That is all the information I will give you. One away here in the top of the 7th. Dale Blanco up to bat, grounded to short. Remy Griffin is there, excuse me, in time for round number 2. Dolphus Clay doing really well here in relief. What kind of a season has Clay had this year so far?
Clay has actually had a fairly decent season, probably one of the better pitchers on the Liberty bullpen. Looking at 15 innings pitched with a 5.5 ERA and a 1.6 WHIP, 7 Ks on the season. Not terrible.
Not terrible, especially for, the Liberty expansion team. Definitely building blocks there to continue the growth there into future seasons. Here is the offense for the Liberty so far tonight. Libby Sickley with the solo shot. She falls behind 1-2 to Lisa Louisville. Swing and a miss. Louisville rings her up there 2 away. And here is Relay Lucas. It's not the Moonshots, Josh. It is Shorty Hightower. He has 2 solo home runs to basically the exact same spot in the left center bullpen. 443 feet and 447 feet. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Oh, I forgot to say stretch. Join the Discord. And be sure to put here in all caps in the chat to be entered into the drawing to win a Turtle Beach headset. And be sure to tune in to the second stream of the day coming up at 2 o'clock Central. We'll finish off Super Saturday here in Week 10 with 4 more games. And that's another strikeout. She goes down looking and sends us to the top of the 8th inning. Moonshot still up 3-1 here, top of the order due up. Adolphus Clay locked in, 3 1/3 innings pitched, 3 strikeouts. He's been perfect so far in relief. Facing off against Nick Hugh, but a 3-0 count. Fouls that one off, makes it a full count. Oh, strike 3 looking. Adolphus Clay getting the veteran to strike out looking.
And he'll keep going, 43 pitches.
Now facing off against Marlon Morgan. RBI double on the day for him. Morgan and Shorty Hightower, the offense for the Moonshots today. Into right, tracking that one is Musgroves. He'll get there in time for round number 2. Actually, I forgot to mention this. Musgroves facing off against his former team. Musgroves, a longtime Moonshot. In comes Mitchell C. in relief of Clay. I know Mitchell C. is actually an All-Star Game nominee, so she's had a pretty good season for the Liberty on the bump. And she strikes out Otani Bonani to finish off the top of the 8th, sending us to the home half. Liberty looking for any kind of offense here, trailing by 2 with only 6 outs to work with. Morgan gets pulled in favor of Bobby Boucher defensively. 0-2 to Trailer Crane. Face off that pitch.
Lots of stakes here in this game, so you can definitely agree with the Moonshots play to make sure the defense is as strong as possible in the center field.
And Louisville ringing up her third of the game. She's locked in, facing off against Maddie Musgroves. That one's foul, a 1-2 count. Popped up, right back to the mound. Louisville is there and makes the catch for out number 2. And Remy Griffin at the plate now, 1 for 3 today. Liberty combining today only for 4 base hits, I believe, by my count. Remy Griffin with one of those 4. And he hits one into left. He's got 2 on the day now. Which brings up Rhino Stacy. Louisville no longer locked in after the hit. Moonshots just 4 outs away from their first victory here in Season 8.
It would be, a bit of a shame to see the winless streak go away, but they are very close to it.
Grounder to North. The throw is in time, and it'll have to be in the 9th inning. 3-1 still the score here, and it's Shorty Hightower with Rowan Baloney and Plum North. Shorty Hightower locked in, has had a fantastic day. Fouls that one back, 1-2 the count. Pops this one up over third base, trending foul, but Stephanie Morgan tracks it down in foul territory for out number 1. Which brings up to the plate Rowan Baloney. And that's going to be a walk to Baloney. That will bring up Plum North. 1 on, 1 out here for the Moonshots in the top of the 9th. First pitch strike on the curveball. Fastball misses, 1-1. 2-1 the count. Hard hit ball right to Griffin for out number 2. And here is Vern Knight. That one's fouled back. 1-1 count here. That one's fouled off. 1-2 now. Swing and a miss. Mitchell C. rings him up there, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. Liberty need 2 to tie, 3 to win, and it's 5, 6, 7 to up for them here. And Louisville will take the mound for the bottom of the 9th. Locked in, but at 42 pitches, but gets a pop-up on the first pitch to Stu Rich into left. There is Nick Hugh making the catch for round number 1. Bringing up an 0 for 3 Smart Pock. Who fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. That one's called the ball, as is that one. 2-1 the count. 3-1. Louisville all in the red. This is probably her last batter. Could not find the zone there to save her life. She'll probably get pulled.
Libby Sickley.
And that is correct. And it's Rainey Getty who comes to the mound. And Getty get the final 2 outs to deliver the Moonshots their first win in Season 8. This one's up the middle. Libby Sickley is aboard. And the Liberty have the winning run coming to the plate. And it's Relay Lucas, 1 for 2 with a walk. Pressure is mounting. Getty can't find the zone. Finds it there, 1-1. Hard hit ball to Baloney. Baloney to second. Bonani, the Dragon special, and the Moonshots take the toilet bowl. The Moonshots victorious for the first time in Season 8, 3-1 over the Liberty.
I bet that didn't happen in The Sims.
The Dragon special to seal it. Moonshots 3-1 over the Liberty. And honestly, not too much to talk about. It was the 2 home runs by Shorty Hightower, pretty much the difference in this game. And then Marlon Morgan with an RBI double. That was all the scoring for the Moonshots. And then for the Liberty, Libby Sickley hit a solo shot. And that's pretty much it. She had 2 hits, as well did Remy Griffin. I mean, these teams didn't even strike out all that much. Only 8 strikeouts for the Moonshots, 5 for the Liberty. Richie Broker gets the win. 4 1/3 innings pitched, only 1 earned, 3 hits, 2 strikeouts, and that solo shot. Louisville goes 3 innings, no earned, 3 strikeouts, a walk, 2 hits. Rugetti getting the save in 2/3 of an inning. Loss goes to Wasadu, 2 earned through 3 2/3. But some good relief pitching from the Liberty. Clay and C going 5 1/3, only allowing 1 walk and striking out 6. So some silver lining for the Liberty, even in a loss to the winless Moonshots. Hightower undoubtedly your MVP, followed by Libby Sickley and Adolphus Clay. That will do it for game number 3. Unicorns and Sparrows coming up right after this, and a word from our sponsor. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the SSBL on Twitch.
Yeah, they just wanna see me in the grave. Come out in the law in the rave. Oh no, I can't wait. To the play. Gotta go for his, cause you know I can't play. We gon' win it no matter what the shirt. Got the stick, we gon' bring it out the shirt. I was down below the commas. I put dollars on my head like I don't wanna. Yeah, I'm proud of what I did. I'm on.
Hey, what are you doing?
Practicing. I'm shooting a commercial for Turtle Beach.
Yeah, well, we're gonna hop on right now.
I bet.
Got the stick, we gon' bring it out the shirt.
And we'll go right back into the action. Final game of the first stream here today. Unicorns and the Sparrows. Unicorns coming in at 10-2. Sparrows coming in at 3-9. Unicorns looking for a get-right game after taking the L to the ball players earlier in the week. A surprising loss, giving up the most runs they have all season. And an 8-6 loss. They have the Sparrows and the Skulls of Rock before they finish off the season with the Bombers and the Cyclones, trying to win that division over the Wildcats. And Topster already in scoring position here. See, Unicorns a 4.5 run favorite over the Sparrows. I feel like they'll hit that spot fairly comfortably. What do you think, Puppet? Puppet. All right.
Ah, yes. Wonderful. Yeah. So, I mean, Unicorns...
Up the middle, and that's going to score a run.
Run scored there. But overall, you know, Unicorns, probably one of the biggest contenders for the Super Series victory this season, along with the Gauchos and the ball players, and as well as the Stingers. Scrub would be very upset if I left him out. So, you know, 2 polar opposite teams, really. Sparrows kind of, you know, expansion team, probably one of the stronger looking ones, but still looking to pass up on the season. So yeah, Unicorns definitely should easily achieve, that 4-run lead. As we see, they already have one.
As Trey Flip-Flop gets rung up there, brings up Big Tuna Tygo, an epic All-Star Game nominee at shortstop. Jonathan Hunt tense, already allowed a run to score, and then a pass ball that went out of play that has King Kush in scoring position. 2-2 the count to Jonathan Hunt. That one's off the glove of Jonathan up the middle. A nice recovery there by Hendricks getting the out. Unicorns strand the runner, but do score first, leading 1-0 going into the bottom of the first. Dolan Colin on the mound for the Unicorns. As they are going through their final round through the rotation. What kind of year has Colin had this season?
Well, he has had actually a really great season. 17 innings pitched, 2.6 ERA and a 1.3 WHIP, 21 strikeouts. Very great at Dolan Cullen. He's got that K-man with some really great velocity. Good arsenal to go with that junk. And yeah, he's a part of the Unicorns too, so they got some good defense stats to back him up.
Another strikeout there on the drop, third strike, so strikeout there for Colin. Swinging this there, and K-Man will be active for him once again on an 0-2 count to Cameron Kahn. And he rings her up there, and we'll go to the top of the second. 1-0 your score here. Woody Iron Balls Walker to lead things off here. And he puts this one into left, but that's just going to miss the pole.
And Jonathan Hunt is, as far as it's going to be a single there. As far as, Sparrow's pitching goes, he's actually probably one of their better pitchers. 18 innings pitched, but only a 3.4 ERA and a 1.09 WHIP, so not too terrible for an expansion team starter.
Yeah, that's actually fairly good. He is their ace, but I mean, when you face a team and an offense like the Unicorns, things are bound to happen. It's just kind of been sloppy baseball from the startup, from the Sparrows. Wild pitches, pass balls, balls getting put out of play. Oh, a line shot to Khan. Making that snag, a nice play for her down at third. And here is Moo Shaw, one of my favorite candidates, probably for MVP here in the Epic Conference, hitting, I think, well over 500 on the season. It's just been an absolute monster at the plate.
Definitely, and she came into the year, she, I believe, had a 0 speed, and she was out in center field, got transitioned into a catcher position. Has been doing very well.
She's just been dominating the league ever since she became a catcher. And we'll reach on an infield single there. Just everything works out for Moo Shaw no matter what happens. Jose Odor up to bat now. 2 on, only 1 out. Odor, the third base side. Khan with another fantastic snag. Khan at the hot corner, snagging 2 in this inning. Keeping the Unicorns at bay for now. Back to the top of the order, Aaron Tobster, who singled to start the game off and scored off the single from King Kush in the first inning. Swing and a miss! Hunt gets Tobster to strike out. Unicorns strand a pair, and we go to the bottom of the second inning. Magana, Strickland, and Spritz Seltzer due up. So the Sparrows this season, 3-9, as Colin rings up another there. Had that opening day win over the Skulls of Rock, 2-0, which really kind of set the tone for the Skull season. They didn't get their second win until interleague play, where they beat the Liberty 9-1. And then they beat the Angels recently in their last game 6-3.
With the opening, it definitely caught a lot of us off guard. Beating the Skulls, but moving forward, it really became apparent that the Skulls had a weakness. And the Sparrows' win wasn't super, a huge upset, really.
Yeah, with how that Skulls team played up until the sell-off by Josh, it kind of stood the point for how that went. And holy cow, Colin striking out the side. He's already at 5 strikeouts through 2 innings pitched. And we go to the top of the third. Unicorns,
Hunt back to neutral.
after the loss to the Ballplayers, still lead the Wildcats by 1.5 games in the Epic Galaxy. With a win here today, they could take their magic number to clinch the division down to 2, I believe. As they could be one of the first teams to clinch a division. The Stingers clinched a playoff berth. We did the math and found that out earlier yesterday. But still, 5 other tickets to be punched here in the Epic.
And to talk about the Stingers and the ball players real quick, definitely early into the season we thought that the ball players would be, the first one to clinch in that division, but their schedule, I guess, got a bit delayed, and the Stingers coming on top of that division right now.
Yeah, the Stingers' offense year over year is what really has been a difference maker for them. Like, the Stingers' offense really struggled last year, but they've been able to turn it on. 92 runs for this season for them, one of the higher in the league. Behind the Bombers, who are at 100. The Serpents up to 94 with that 28-3 win over the Mythic the other day. As King Kush has stolen second and third subsequently in scoring position now. A grounder to third, Khan up with it. The throw is going to be in time for round number 2, but she will get the RBI off the fielder's choice. Making a 2-0 lead for the Unicorns. Hard hit ball into left. That's tracking back, and that one is gone. Tuna Taiga with a 2-run shot. Or a solo shot. No one was on base, excuse me. 412 feet into right center, and it's 3-0 Unicorns.
And I wanna send a quick shout out to the grounds crew for preparing the field so quickly. Lafayette running twice today.
The SSBL has fantastic grounds crew people. Oh, and that's a moonshot from Woody Walker. That one is back, and that one will be gone as well. The Unicorns go back to back and make it 5-0. 4-0. I lost track.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 12.
So Jonathan Hunt battled back to get to at least neutral, but giving up 3 runs here in the top of the third. Unicorns. Oh, and it's back to back to back! Haggy Porterhouse into center field. Into the second deck, dead center field, 433 feet, and now it's 5-0. And here is Moose Shaw. Can they tie the record in the SSBL for consecutive home runs? Out goes Hunt, in comes McKinney. It was the Bombers who hit 4 consecutive home runs in the Super Series of Season 6 in Game 6 of that series. But it won't come to pass as Cameron Kahn scoops the grounder up, throws it to first in time for out number 3. But 4 runs for the Unicorns in the third inning makes it a 5-0 ball game. Poland comes to the mound here, locked in. 5 of his 6 outs have been via the strikeout. 2-1 the count here to Lynn Larsonian. Flied out into right. Should be an easy play for Kush for round number 1. 1-1 the count to a tenth Spud Vegas. Came and activated for Poland, but it's another pop-up. This one just in front of home plate. And Moo Shaw will make the catch for round number 2. And that'll bring up Madeline Dixon.
Oh yeah, good point, Lasers. Bad day to be an expansion team.
And that's caught by Flip Flat for round number 3, and we'll go to the top of the 4th. Yeah, we have 3 of the 4 expansion teams playing in this first stretch. And I think the Sparrows lead us off in game number 1 of the next stream. They play the High Rollers, so a doubleheader today for the Sparrows. It doesn't get any easier as the High Rollers are in that 3-way tie for the lead of the Epic Phenoms division. I guess you could technically say they have the lead as they are 2-0 against the Bombers, but 0-1 against the Serpents. I think they have the best division record against those 3 teams, so we'll say they're the division leader for now. As Odor draws a leadoff walk. Do the Mythic play that second leg? We have all 4 expansion teams.
Mythic do play, I believe, against the Angels.
Yes, you are correct. So that actually may be a good day for the expansion team, maybe the cherry on top, as the Mythic did beat the Angels first time around. Into center field, that's going to one-hop in front of Larsonian.
He's got a decent arm, they're not going to go.
He keeps the runner at third, but the doors could be coming off here. Runners at the corners, nobody out here for Breezy Bree. Unicorns already up 5-0 here. And looking for more. Trying to shake off the loss to the ball players. Grounder to Vegas. Runner's going to go home, and Odor's going to get caught between third and home. As Khan will finally apply the tag for round number 1. But here's a locked-in King Kush with RBI man active. This man is a menace. But grounds out to Khan to second for 1, and a Dragon special is turned by the Sparrows.
Oh man, it was seeing King Kush hustle down. I mean, he did not want to get doubled up there.
So the Unicorns, runners at the corners, nobody out, get nothing in exchange as they go down in quick succession. And a quick out already here for Colin. 5 strikeouts on the day so far here against California now. Falls behind 1-2. Dribbler down the third base line. It stays on the line. Scooped up by Flip-Flop in time at first for round number 1. Brings up Cameron Kahn now. Oh, and 2 the count to Kahn. Oh, and that's right back to the mound, and Colin can't handle it, and there goes the perfect game. Colin couldn't scoop it, and it's a base hit. Runner aboard for the first time for the Sparrows. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Still a long way to go, but Colin was definitely in a way to potentially make history, and he rings up the next one. Gives him his 6th strikeout of the day as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Corns leading 5-0.
The third baseman, number 30.
Trey Flip-Flop to lead things off here in the top of the 5th. Round to the first, Magana will take to the back himself for round number 1, which brings up Big Tuna Tygo. Takes a first pitch strike on the inside corner. Swings through that one, 0-2 the count.
Tuna Tygo batting 400 on the season.
And he gets rung up there by McKinney, though. McKinney, if my memory serves me correct, has actually been a fairly decent reliever for the Sparrows. Does my memory serve me correctly there?
He's actually been great, sub 1 whip at 0.93 and off the Wow,
I was
very
going to say
close.
commentator's curse, but that one missed being Woody Walker's second home run by about a foot off the tall wall there in left field off the top of the Gator Mall sign. Anyway, you were saying about McKinney?
Yeah, he's got 15 innings pitched, 14 Ks, 0.6 ERA, 0.93 WHIP. Honestly, Sparrows bringing out their best pitchers really to take on the Unicorns, but sometimes just not enough, against these really great teams.
Oh, and sometimes things like that happen. Just perfectly placed where no one can get it. And it's a base hit for Haggy Porterhouse, his second hit of the day. Bring it up, Moo Shaw. 0 for 2, but I have a base hit on. Uh-oh. Oh, my soul, Moo Shaw with a 3-run blast. And the Unicorns have blown this one wide open. 6, 7, 8-0 for the Unicorns. I don't know where this single belongs. And that will do it for McKinney. In comes Holly. We definitely cursed McKinney there.
Well, Holly. Well, I don't want to curse them either, huh?
Maybe we should stop while we're behind. Odor goes down swinging to end the inning, but it's 3 more, making it an 8-0 game. 11 hits, so 1 hit for the Sparrows. And that's the second base hit up the middle. Strickland with the leadoff base hit, bringing up Spritz Seltzer. K-man active for Colin here. And he rings up another. He's up to 7 on the day.
And he's only at, 53 pitches, could go fairly far.
That's just disgusting. 53 pitches with 1 out in the 5th. That's just ridiculously good.
That's 10 an inning. And he's
Hopped
gonna
up
keep the
to Topster,
keep the
2
momentum.
away. And here's a Tunch Spud Vegas. 0 for 1 and tense. I don't exactly know why he's tense. Nothing comes to mind offhand. And a
I'm not sure.
grounder.
I remember him being tense the last time he came up as well.
Maybe he had to play off his glove or something, because the Sparrows do have 2 errors to their name here. Topster reaching twice today off of base hits. First time against Noel Hawley.
Go Buster. Pretty far, but foul.
Full count. Into right. Tracking that one is Strickland, and it falls right in front of her. Doesn't dive for it. It'll be a leadoff single for Aaron Toebuster. 3rd base hit of the game, bringing up Breezy Bree. 0 for 2 today. Yes, 2 o'clock Central is the second block, roughly an hour and a half away. That one's fouled back. Swing and a miss. Holly with another strikeout, her second. Bringing up King Kush. Breezy Bree and Jose Odor, the only Unicorns not to reach so far today. Not to get a hit, at least. I don't keep track of walks on my little notepad here. That one is a deep foul ball. 1 and 2 to King Kush. Fouls that one off. 2 and 2. Count is full now. Oh, strike 3 call on the inside edge. Holly with back-to-back strikeouts. Brings up Trey Flip-Flop. 0 for 3 with an RBI. Scored on a sacrifice. A fielder's choice, I guess I should say. 0 and 2 now the count. I guess she also hasn't reached. I just had the circle over her name for the RBI she was credited. Nice pitch there, but just misses making the count full. Oh, but that one's nowhere close. And
Really
Flip-Flop will take a walk, bringing up Big Tuna Tygo, 1 for 3 on the day.
Tygo, 10 RBIs on the season, but surprisingly low in HR count. It's only at 2. This will move him up to 3 today, but...
And grounds out to in the top of the 6th. Bottom half we go. 8-0 in favor of the Unicorns here. Sparrows with just 2 base hits all day as Colin has been locked in for pretty much the majority of this one. And just has an unfair pitch count coming into the 6th inning here. Just now throwing his 60th pitch. In for strikeout number 8 and gets it here against Dixon. The dude has been a menace. Here's August Hendricks.
I am surprised he is not on fire yet at this point.
Probably not far from it. Another chance here. 0-2 the count. And Hendricks swinging through that one. A pitch that was in the dirt. Make it 9 Ks for Colin.
Just unfair.
Oh, Tygo
And
with a diving
Tygo.
stop for out number 3, and we go to the 7th inning. Colin with
Walker
9
having a great day.
strikeouts on the day. The Sparrows as a staff only with 6. That's 3 different pitchers.
Ollie. I'm waiting until the end of this at-bat to not curse it. There we go.
But Holly
Holly
with
not
her
having a terrible day.
Yeah. She is running up 4 in her short bit of relief, and she'll get pulled in favor of Ashlyn Decker. The 3rd person out of the bullpen for the Sparrows tonight. Tonight, it's just past noon. And she gets one to strike out on her first batter.
And thanks to our incredible SSBL juice that we have, they'll be ready to
Pitch
throw
here in
again
about
in
an hour and a half.
hour.
Grounded to short, Vegas up with it. And that's in time for out number 3, and we'll go to the bottom of the 7th. It is time to stretch. Thank you all for joining, and Puppet, thank you for being in the booth with me here for the first leg here of Super Saturday. 4 more games coming up here, as we mentioned, about an hour and a half's time. We've got this Sparrows team taking on the High Rollers. We've got Angels and Mythic, Knights and Dragons. An important game for the Dragons coming up as they lost against the Retrievers here in the first stretch. Need to take this second one against the Knights. And then we finish off Moonshots and Gauchos. A 1-1 count here to Jerry Magana. Grounded at Odor. Easy play for him. 2 away. Mojo boost. There is the Mojo boost. Colin
There's
will
the
be on fire. The second pitcher we've seen on fire today. It was Colin here in Game 4 and Holiday in Game 1. 9 Ks through 6 2/3. And he reaches double digits as we enter into the 8th inning. Unicorns leading 8-0 here. pretty much a rehearsal for them in this one. Interesting point Squared makes in the chat. Dragons 0-2 after their big win over the Gauchos a couple weeks ago. So
Maybe a bit of burnout.
yeah, Dragons need to set things right. I think that loss pretty much, I mean, mathematically it doesn't eliminate them, but I think for all intents and purposes, eliminates them from the division contention, but I think pretty safely in the playoff picture with one more win here in the Heroic. Oh yeah, they've definitely nullified that win for sure. Yeah, losses against the Stingers and then the Retrievers. And not a give me win as Decker rings up another, sending us to the bottom of the 8th quickly. As the Knights do have pretty solid offense, just that pitching staff. AH has done its due diligence on that Knights pitching staff, and it's pretty brutal. I mean, give it another season or two's time, they've got a full pitching staff in the minors, I'm pretty sure, or at least like 6 out of 8. The Knights could be back in a season or two's time. As Colin as barreling ever so quickly to a complete game shutout. Oh!
Oh!
That one he fields back to the mound.
That's,
If only he could have done that earlier, he could be flirting with history, as he's only given up 2 base runners here through 7 2/3.
Initially, it sounded like he got hurt. I was very concerned.
Yeah, protected the family jewels on that one.
I mean, look
And
at those
he
stats for
rings
84
up another,
pitches. Wow.
his 11th strikeout of the game. And we go to the top of the 9th here. Unicorn's last opportunity to put a cherry on top of this one. I will say these final 2 pitchers for the Sparrows have done pretty well. Holly and Decker combining for 6 strikeouts over these last few innings have kind of kept the Unicorns quiet in these final innings. The Sparrows did kind of put their best foot forward in this one with Hunt, McKinney. Holly and Decker just didn't really go their way. 3 home runs given up there in that early part, and just some unlucky defensive play gave the Unicorns all the breathing room they needed in this one. This one to Khan for out number 1. Breaks her bat doing so. The Vikings are now
Vikings
6
are
and 7.
now- Yeah. No, I thought they were 6 and 8 now.
No, they came into the game 5 and 7, and that one makes them 6 and 7.
Oh, that's right. They won. Yep.
Big toe, Spud Vegas with a diving stop. An excellent play by the shortstop there, robbing a hit from Tygo. Nice play there by Vegas. You know, it's been a hard day as some have mentioned for these expansion teams. Are they going to intentionally walk Woody Walker? They are.
Wow. I mean, they're down 8.
To
so I
get
don't-
to Haggy Porterhouse, who's having himself a pretty good day. He's 2 for 4 as well. I don't know what the difference is here, especially like you mentioned, down 8. Not going to make pretty much any difference, just a walk charge to Decker for no reason.
I mean, my coach would have got mad if they were sending guys, you know, up 8. So
And that pays off in the end, as that's a number back to Decker, who throws it in time for out number 3. Final 3 outs for the Sparrows as they trail 8-0 here. Can Dolan finish off the complete game shutout? Needs to do it in 15 pitches or fewer to get the Maddox. That is a complete game shutout in fewer than 100 pitches, but it's going to be hard as that one's put into the gap. It's going to be a leadoff double for the Sparrows. I believe that's the first batter they've had, or base runner, I should say, in scoring position all game, and it's Dixon of all people. Poland's still on fire, though.
I mean, you can just feel the energy in the stadium. Really want Colin to keep this going. He's gonna end up 3-0.
And I think he's probably lost the opportunity for the Maddox at 91 pitches now. Full count now to Hendricks, 0 for 3 and tenths. But he's making him work for it, destroying the opportunity
Oh,
for the 100 pitch outing. Oh, but gets the strikeout. Strikeout. 12 on the day for Colin. 1 away. Colin stays in, still on fire. 95 pitches. Now facing off against California. 0 for 3. That one's foul. 0-2. The count came inactivated for Colin. Grounded to third. Flip-flop is going to...
Wait.
Wow, that's
What a-
maybe one of the smartest things I've ever seen in one of those. Where they throw to the covering pitcher and they tag the Dixon trying to go to third there. Usually in that situation, you miss the tag, you get no outs,
Right.
but Flip-flop actually threw to the covering pitcher and actually did
And-
that. Completed the Maddox on pitch 99. The pop out to third. Colin gets the complete game shutout on pitch 99. And the Unicorns take this one easily 8-0.
Unbelievable showing from Adolan.
12
Colin,
hits to
and-
4.
Yeah,
What was the
Offense.
4th hit?
worked with him.
Did they count the... Did they count that rundown as a hit for... Or
I think they
Fournier?
might. I think so.
Since it was such a belabored fielder's choice? Yeah, they do have a hit to Fournier, so that must be what they did there. That's weird. I figured no matter what the rundown was a hit. Okay, well, I guess that's just a quirk of baseball scoring that I'm not familiar with. 12 hits, though, for Unicorns.
Well, the double to start the inning was the...
Yeah, the double
That
was
was
hit
the
number
third hit.
3, Dixon. And then Fournier was 0 for
Down to the
3 up
rundown.
until that rundown, so yeah. But I have all 4 hits, and I have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for the Unicorns. I got all the hits. Let's see, 12 hits for the Unicorns, 3 from Woody Walker, and 3 from Tobster, and a pair from Haggy Porterhouse. 3 RBIs from Moo Shaw hit the 3-run homer. That really put the cherry on top for the Unicorns. I think that was their last score, too. 9 strikeouts of the Unicorns, 2 from Breezy Breen, just about everyone else with 1 except for Moo Shaw. 12 strikeouts today by the Sparrows. No one with a sombrero, but everyone but Larsonian striking out 4 hits. Fournier, Kahn, Strickland, and Dixon. Colin, the complete game shutout Maddox. 12 strikeouts through 9 innings, only 4 hits given up. Loss goes to Hunt, 5 earned through 2 2/3. McKinney, 3 earned through 2. Holly, 1 2/3. No earned. And then Decker finishing off the game, 2 strikeouts through 2 2/3. 2 walks, no hits. MVP is Colin, followed by Walker and Moo Shaw. And that will do it for the first stream. Be sure to come back to us in an hour and a half's time for the second leg here of Super Saturday. Thank you all for tuning in, and thank you, Puppet, for joining me in the booth. Until
Yeah,
next time.
Thanks for having me.
Until next time, everyone, I'll see you around.
Keep on rigging.